Okay, so I want to look at some order of operations problems. And first, for example, we have this problem, which is the same problem written twice. I'm going to do it in two different orders. We got 2 plus 3 times 6. I could do this problem in two different ways. I could add the two numbers first, then multiply, or multiply, then add the two numbers. But one of these is not the right way of doing it. So let's see what we get. If we add 2 plus 3, we get 5 times 6, and 5 times 6 is 30. Multiplying first, we do 3 times 6 is 18, and 2 plus 18 is 20. Now, which one of these is correct? Is this one, because we follow the order of operations here. And the order of operations are to do parentheses first, then exponents, then multiplication or division, then addition or subtraction. So you always do what's in parentheses first, then the exponents. And with multiplication or division, you do whichever one comes first from left to right. So let's write a few more examples. So again, parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. This example, let's take 4 parentheses 2 plus 3 plus 5. What I have to do very first here is what's inside the parentheses. So 2 plus 3 is 5. And then next we have multiplication, because if you have just a number and parentheses beside it, then that means to multiply. And we have addition. Out of multiplication and addition, multiplication comes first. So I multiply 4 times 5, and I get 20, plus another 5 is 25. Let's move up to a problem with a little bit more going on. I want to back up one to make sure I draw the 3 up in the exponent. We're going to just start this problem over. 5 plus 5 times 2 to the 3 plus 1 plus 1. So what I do here first on this problem is the parentheses. Now, it may not make much of a difference on this problem when you did the exponents first or the parentheses. And that's going to come up from time to time, but you want to make sure you always do it in the correct order, or else you'll confuse yourself and get the problem wrong. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and then I just rewrite the rest of the problem. And as these problems get bigger, people tend to do the first 2 or 3 steps right, and then eventually they'll just quickly do something like this 5 plus 5 is tempting to do that and get 10. So you want to make sure you start at the beginning and say, well, I've done all my parentheses. Now I need to do exponents. The exponents would be this 2 to the third power, which is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times another 2 is 8. So that's 8. 2 to the third power, or 2 cubed, is 8. So I write that 8, and then I need to rewrite the rest of my problem. again, make sure I continue to use the order of operations. So I need to multiply here, and I give 40. Now it's all addition, so it doesn't matter which order I go in. 5 plus 40 is 45. 45 plus 2 more will be 47. So the answer to this problem is 47. Now the best way, for some reason the pen stopped working, so I had to do a quick edit and then get back into it. Now, the best way to learn how to do these problems is to do it yourself. So I'm going to write a problem, just make up a problem, and then I want you to pause the video and try to do it yourself. So this is very similar to the last problem, but a little bit different. So right now, go ahead and pause the video, get out a sheet of paper, and write it down. Okay, now that you've had time to try the problem, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So, order of operations is to do the parentheses first. So, 2 plus 5 is 7. So, I add the 7 first. And then, I'm just rewriting the rest of my problem. Next, and this is multiply. A dot for multiply. Next is exponent. So, 3 squared is 9. This problem has a little bit bigger numbers. 7 times 9 is 63. This is something you'll have to memorize. And now we've ended up with just 3 numbers added together. And since we're adding all of them, the order doesn't really matter that we're doing it. I see 63 plus 7 is going to be 70. It may be the easiest way to add it. And then 6 plus 70 is 76. So pat yourself on the back if you get that problem right. I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 more. So I want to run through this problem and then have you try to do this one. So again, the order of operations matter. It's parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication or division, whichever comes first, left to right, then addition or subtraction. So in this problem, I look at it and it's a little bit different, but I see parentheses. So I need to do what's inside the parentheses first. 1 plus 3 is 4. This is a point you get to where you may start to rush through it and make a mistake. Like multiplying 2 times 4 is 8, and then finding 8 times 8 times 8. That would be going in the wrong order. I need to do 4 to the third power. So that's 4 times 4 times 4. It might take a second to calculate that out, but that's 64 times 2. 2 times 64 is 128. So here's a similar problem to the one I just did. Take a second to pause the video and work the problem out for yourself to see if you can do it. Because that's the best way to get practice at doing the problems and to get better. Okay, now that you've done the problem, I'm going to go through it. 2 plus 6 is 8. I do what's inside parentheses first. So 2 plus 6 is 8, and I have 8 squared here. Now I gotta remember I need to do exponents before I multiply. So 8 squared is 64. Now I have 64 times 3, or 3 times 64. And I don't know what that is off the top of my head, so I come over here and I just multiply it out. 3 times 4 is 12. I carry the 1. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. So I get for my answer 192. Now this is just a little overview, has been just an overview of order of operations. The problems do get more complicated, but you sort of get a sense for how you do it. You always do parentheses first, then the exponents, then multiplication or division, and then addition or subtraction.